Being messy isn't necessarily synonymous with having ADHD. Sometimes our trauma can hide our neurodivergent profile or aspects of it anyway. I am tidy and I have ADHD. Many of those with ADHD recognize the profile that leaves them hyper-focused on the task at hand, unaware of the less motivating tasks such as housework or admin. Many ADHD adults can find it difficult to prioritize and may experience challenges with executive functioning. Therefore, mundane tasks that seriously lack dopamine, such as housework, often end up at the bottom of the pile. It's part of ADHD I just can't relate to, and here's why. You see, I struggle with executive function, fatigue, pain, and all of the symptoms of my physical disabilities, but I still find a way to push through those to uphold the unrelenting standards and need for perfection that my anancastic personality style requires of me. It is certainly a part of my trauma that I feel more conflicted by. The thought of it not existing scares me. I can't imagine no longer being able to uphold the standards I currently feel so bound by. That just seems unfathomable. Whilst simultaneously recognizing how much of my life, my time, is taken up, stuck on the metaphorical hamster wheel that is the perfectionism-based trauma profile. Clutter, disorganization, and quite frankly, anything less than the unobtainable perfection leaves me feeling anxious and overwhelmed. I often get completely stuck reorganizing every room in my home, unable to leave things alone until they feel just right. Chores need to be completed a certain way. When things are broken, they can't ever be fixed to an acceptable standard and need instead to be replaced, throwing things out that I can't seem to find a place for. It takes a lot of energy to uphold, and of course it is satisfying when, for a brief moment in time, I feel I have obtained the perfection I am always chasing. I regularly find myself needing to have a huge declutter. It takes so little of my home. It takes so little for my home or my life to feel chaotic. And during these times, there is no option but to shut the world out and recalibrate by way of systematically decluttering and reorganizing until it all feels okay again. And then the cycle begins once again. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming needing to keep reorganizing things in the way I do, but I recognize it is a part of my trauma profile. Knowing how much many of us struggle with trauma and how many of us wish we hadn't experienced what we did, or that it didn't leave a mark like it has. I wonder if anyone else has this experience like I do. This part of my trauma, I hope, sticks around just enough that I can maintain these high expectations on myself, but just maybe not so much that I can't function because my brain won't shut off. Maybe one day there will be a little more balance, but for now I'm accepting my ability to maintain order in what would otherwise probably be a rather chaotic life, even if that does mean spending many days at home desperately trying to achieve perfection while simultaneously recognizing it is unobtainable and trying to achieve perfection was simultaneously recognizing it's unobtainable and trying to allow the space for my son to enjoy a life where these high standards I hold myself to do not leave him with the same expectations on himself. I certainly am a walking contradiction. I live in a constant tug of war between all my parts, and just sometimes each part feels equally tethered and I can enjoy a little balance. I can enjoy being a tidy ADHDer.